Oh. All right, everyone. Shouldn't take too long. The biggest thing for today is that you're able to update your form that most of you submitted already, and then fill out the paperwork. So this is the paperwork. After you fill that out, I mean, you're always welcome to leave at any point, but that's probably the biggest thing. We are also going to have food coming, so food will be here shortly. Food and some, probably gonna be water, but we'll have some food coming pretty shortly here. In the meantime, I'm just gonna fill you in on what's going on with Summer University and what it's about and what we do here at Upward Bound with Summer University. So we have quite a bit of you that are new. I mean, considering that a lot of us have not been in a space like this in a while. How many of you know about Summer University? Students, parents, both, you can raise your hands. Okay, so this is a fairly big group. Before I start talking about Summer University, I just want to reiterate, as we know, policies, they change, they're consistently changing. And then for COVID policies, in addition, depending on if you're at a school, depending on that school, if you're on a campus, depending on the campus, it's always changing. So I mentioned that just to bear with us as the policies continue to change. Right now, Summer University here on campus does not require a vaccine. However, if you want to spend the night on campus, you do have to be vaccinated, okay? So that's the vaccine requirement on campus. In terms of masks, it's here or there, it's kind of been all over the place. By May 20th, on campus, you will not need to wear a mask anymore. However, for Upward Bound purposes, if we're indoors, we're going to ask our students to wear a mask. If we're outdoors, we will not have to wear a mask. Okay? That's the policy we're going with in terms of the way we're going to work with our students on campus. I think with that out of the way, a little bit about Summer University and what it is here at Upward Bound. So Summer University is a program where your students get to be in the college environment, experience some college classrooms, and also interact sometimes even with the professors here on campus. The thing that we really like to do here is get your student out of the traditional classroom setting and more into a hands-on interactive environment. So this is not going to be another school, you're going to come to Upward Bound and then just do more school. We're going to do something that's educational, but hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it's not just like, oh, great, I got to go to school again, but it's just at the university. No, this is going to be a learning experience, but hopefully fun. I do have someone here. Are they willing to talk about it at all? Okay.
So hi everyone, my name is Carolina. I graduated Carter High School in 2017. I came to Upper Bound all 4 years that I was in high school. It really got me out of my comfort zone. I was very quiet. And in Upper Bound, like I was a completely different person. We talked to everybody. We were being close with our teachers. And I feel like we just learned to be better people here versus in high school, where you're just like doing homework and stuff. You get more social skills, and I learned a lot of things my freshman year. My first summer year, we had an Arabic class, and it kind of like impacted me a lot that I majored in Arabic and 6 and I graduated last year. So I might be working with some of your kids.
Thanks, Carolina. So she's gonna actually be one of our summer university instructors. We have 4 different core classes. Doesn't mean we're gonna just have 4 classes, but we have 4 core classes. We have languages, English and composition. We have science and mathematics. So you're probably wondering, oh, okay, great, yeah, it's the same stuff. No, we're actually gonna do, for language, Carolina is actually gonna be teaching Arabic. For math, we're gonna be learning, I don't know if any of you are into stock trading, probably not at your age, but we're gonna be learning about how to use money and what money looks like and how people get rich using money. And then for science, there's gonna be a lot of hands-on opportunities. So what does that mean? Some of you might be involved in the Stem Cell Academy. So you guys can actually, we will be here on campus working in a laboratory, looking at stem cells. Back in the day, there was a lot of controversy around stem cells. There might still be. It's not human stem cells. They're chicken stem cells and fly stem cells that you'll be working with. There will also be, of course, robotics. There will be maybe some 3D printing, laser etching. All of that stuff will be going on in the science component here at Upper Bound. So I covered science, math, and then we have English. And English this year is going to be script writing. So you'll be involved in potentially making your own little short film here at Upper Bound. Okay, so that's in general what's happening with Summer University. I did miss one more component. We are going to have possibly 1 or 2 trips this summer. Tradition is that we at least have 1 trip, so we don't know where that's going to be this year. It's been different places. We've been to Big Bear, we've gone kayaking there, we've been to the beach, we've gone surfing there. We've gone to amusement type deals like back in the day it was medieval times. Nowadays, I think we've taken students to that pirate show in Buena Vista. So we have a couple of different options that we go through, but we will have 1 trip this summer. Additionally, like I mentioned, we do have the residential week. Traditionally, students stay overnight. However, this time around, because everything's all up in the air, you will have the option to just come here for the day. But for you parents, no, if your student's coming in for the day, that means you will have to come possibly late at night, maybe 10 or 11 p.m. to pick up your student at night. So just know that if that's something they plan to do. With residential week, it's a full-on on-campus, you know, we have barbecues, we do swimming, we do various kinds of interactive games that involve relay races, treasure hunts. We have a big dance. It's almost like a camp. We have a big dance at the end of that residential week. And you kind of get the dorm experience. If you're not staying overnight, you still kind of get the dorm experience because you will be here on campus most of your time that entire week. But as mentioned before, residential week is just a time to meet other students in the program, connect, network, because the reality is this core of students, this group, if you realize it or not, you guys are geared to college. That's why you're in this program. If you're not geared to going to college or doing something after high school, then this is probably not the program you want to be in. But being in this program, you're going to be networking and connecting with other students that gear you and put you in that mindset of wanting to go to college and finish college. So that's what residential week's about, just getting students involved in the program and having them interact in a way that allows them to socialize a bit more than if it was just strictly like here in the classroom. Okay. So let's see here. All right, so as mentioned here, We have the residential week that starts June 12th and ends June 16th. So it's not like an entire week, but it starts on Sunday and ends on a Thursday. So parents, if you drop your kids off on Sunday, you would be picking them up on Thursday at the end of the day. For the rest of the summer university, so that's residential week, the rest of the summer university is 5 weeks, and that is going to end on July 21st. And then after that, or within that summer university, if you are going to be a senior next year, if you're going to be a senior next year, you are going to, you would start your senior classes June 11th to July 22nd, but they're going to be scheduled at certain points in the day. So those schedules will be provided to you once you start the program. And then this thing here says CREST. So CREST is an opportunity also for those of you that are going to be seniors next year. How many of you are going to be seniors next year? Okay, so for you parents that are here with you are going to be senior students. The opportunity they have is they have an opportunity to do an internship that will pay them $2,000 for the month of July to do this internship. And what is this internship called CREST? Well, CREST is a federally funded program, and that program allows students to do research on what's called material sciences. I'm not going to get into the sciences, just in brief. They're looking at material that can conduct electricity, and that is not your typical metal conductors, but usually something like possibly organic that can conduct electricity, called ferroelectrics. That internship, as mentioned, is applied for by soon-to-be seniors. That's not to say that this program is not going to be here next year. The grant that the chemistry and physics department got, this grant lasts for 5 years. So we will have that opportunity here at Upward Bound for the next 4 years. So even though your student might not be eligible now, they can be eligible next year. So that program, like I said, if you are going to be a senior and you're interested in possibly exploring sciences, doesn't mean you have to go into sciences. Doesn't mean like at the end of the day, you're like, you know what, I learned I really hate science. All right, good, because you went through that really rigorous process. So now you can go do something different with your life. A lot of those students go to UCLA, maybe UC Berkeley. They go to other different types of schools, but a lot of them do really well and actually finish through college and get a degree. So CREST, if you're interested in that, email will be sent out, and I'll also add a little more information at the end of this presentation. If you have any questions, you can always ask me after this session as well. All right. Finally, at the end of this entire summer experience, there will be a symposium that is July 22nd. So for those of you parents that want to attend that, we are going to showcase what the students did at the end of summer on July 22nd. It usually is around, I would say, it's been around 3 or so in the past. Yeah, usually around 3. I know I work, I'm not gonna be there at work. I know it's for some of us, it's really hard to get out around that time, understandable. But if you can make the time, or if you have anyone that can come, that's when we're gonna have our end of the year showcase of what the students did during the summer. Okay. So here's just a calendar view of the ditch, kind of small there. Let me see if I can zoom in. So here we have a calendar view. And you can see that it starts off with residential week. Again, you can just come for the day if that's what you need to do. And then we have the rest of summer university in yellow. And this red day right here, July 4th, that is a holiday, so we won't have any instruction or any activity on July 4th. But the rest of the days are all part of the mainstay summer university instruction. July 22nd, this could change, but right now, this is the day we have to showcase the summer university. So July 22nd, like I say, that may change, but right now that is where we're gonna have the summer university showcase. All right, so what are the goals for this summer university? What's it all about? This is to prepare students for the next academic year and then continue to develop skills for problem solving and critical thinking. So as mentioned before, even though it's academics, we do things that are non-traditional here. It's very out of the box and quite different from the experience that they have at a high school, in a high school classroom. So the theme, endless summer. I don't know if that means they're going to the beach, but it might. Daily schedule. This schedule that I'm showing you right now is, I would say it's still draft mode. Traditionally, this is the schedule we have. Students come in around 8:30, 8:45, but we're gonna have students most likely come in around 8 a.m. and pickup time will be at 4:45. So 4:30, 4:45 is going to be pickup time for students, okay? So 8 to 4:45. For those parents that are here, are you guys over Remind, or do you like, or how many of you still use Remind? Okay, how many of you like the direct text, like straight to your phone? Okay, so most of us like myself, if I see a call, I just look at it and then silence if I don't know the number, right? Most of us, if we see text, they just kind of pile up in a section and we delete them because we don't know who the hell that is, right? So the reality is that we are gonna work on doing that direct text. That also requires that you probably know some of the numbers that are being sent to you. We'll try to maintain the number that text information from up or down. It does change, but we will work on getting that direct text to you. That direct text will provide you with information. It might get a little overwhelming because as we get closer, we're going to be providing information bi-weekly or even daily at some point, because as we get really close there, we're going to have information coming to you all the time. But just to say, in general, for the summer university, this is outside of residential league. For the summer university, drop-off is going to be most likely 8 a.m. and pickup is going to be 3:30, 3:45. Or sorry, 4:30, my bad, 4:30, 4:45. All right, 4:30, 4:45. Okay, so for the senior university, this senior university has had different forms in the past. So those of you that are planning or that are going to be, not planning, that are going to be seniors next year, make sure that you ask about senior university, make sure you're informed, because during senior university, those of you that are going to be seniors, you will be working on your personal statements, your applications, making sure that everything is in order so that you're ready and focused on school and not so worried about the checklist that you need for your senior, for your college applications and for your scholarships. So that's what senior university is for. Summer Bridge, I didn't mention, this is also an opportunity for those of you that will be seniors. Summer Bridge is 1 day. We have it scheduled right now for June 1st. Those of you that are seniors will be getting more information about that. But in terms of Summer U, we'll mainly focus on Summer U for today. In terms of expectations, I know that it is a bit, our actual offerings here at Summer U is a bit different. Like we do have, you can just come to the residential week, or you're going to come to just Summer U or the entire Summer U. So there's different menu items, right? The idea is that if you dedicate yourself to coming to the portion that you say you're coming to, is that you come consistently. So we do expect that you guys come consistently, whatever you commit to. And that this part right here, completing classwork. In the past, we did have homework. You guys like homework, right? No. We are not gonna have homework anymore. We took out that policy, so no homework. However, we do suggest, some of you really get into it and do your own homework. We don't even tell you to do homework, and you guys are doing your own kind of homework because you're so into it. But no homework, so don't worry about that. And in terms of materials, just bring yourself, but wear appropriate clothes, and I'll get to that. So just bring yourself, no material needed. So Summer U is at no cost to students, but is a cost to the program, of course. Students will be supervised at all times, and then students are to respect the rules. And so what are those rules? Those rules are maintaining a certain decor in the classroom. I mean, because there are certain things that you know already, just being in class and high school. I know that cussing, some of us do it more than others. Cussing, we don't like to have here on campus. I know that I've been on other campuses where some students do cuss even around their counselors. That's something that it's tolerated, but here we're really trying to create an atmosphere that is focused on academics. So we don't want, we'll call you out if you are cussing, just try to use different sort of language. The other thing here, when it comes to bullying or comes to fighting, there is a zero tolerance. So if there is an instance where something happens, we will talk to you, and then we will talk to your parents about what's going on. So we want to create an academic environment and a safe environment, and that's why we have these various rules. The other rules and regulations found in the handbook, as mentioned before, I think this next slide talks about dress code. Because we want to keep our focus on the academics and on the programming that we have at Upward Bound. We don't want to be distracted by certain kinds of clothing. You may ask, what is that kind of clothing? I know it's fairly popular. If I wasn't working in the system, I actually work here at the college, so it's kind of crazy the kinds of things you see here on campus. But if you're on a high school or especially we're still working with minors here, it's very popular, but like the mid cut for the guys, like no sleeves, just like, I don't know how to explain. Can you explain some of the?
The tank top, the other popular one is they basically cut off the sleeve and show off this side.
Yeah.
So it's another form of tank top.
Shorts that are, pretty much showing. You guys get the picture. But so if anything like that happens here at Upward Bound, we do have shirts. We have extra big shirts and we have regular shirts. So student needs if we deem them dressing inappropriately, they will just be handed an Upward Bound shirt that they will wear for the day. So that's how we are going to deal with the dress code thing. Aside from that being a distraction, the only other thing that might be a distraction is romance. Here, the romance that we have in Upward Bound used to be between different genetic components, XX and XY, but as we know, things have changed, and so we do have just romance in general. So it's no longer just male and female. It's romance has happened to be everything. So here at Upward Bound, again, the focus is on academics and not romance. So if you have a boyfriend here, or if you have a girlfriend here, the thing is to know that you guys can do that on your own time. Some of you parents may allow that, some of that may go on at the schools, but here in Upward Bound, when we're focused on academics, we just ask that you keep that outside of the Upward Bound programming. So if you're going to be involved in romance, just don't do it here at Upward Bound, please. Okay. All right. This is just to give you an idea of what it costs for a summer program. Approximate cost for 65 students is $213,000. And so that equals approximately about $3,000 per student. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of money, quite a bit of funds that are put on each of the students that participate in this program. Just for the summer. All right, for the summer food, we do use the summer food program. I don't know if we have any forms here today, but usually you'll have a form to fill out that just says whether or not you are participating in the lunch program at school. But we do participate in that program here at the Summer University. What does that mean for you students? That means that sometimes we don't get the best or favorite kind of food here at Upward Bound, okay? But because we do operate under that food program, so that's just something that happens with these kinds of programs is that we don't get to have the best kind of food. However, that's not to say that we don't do good food now and then. So we will still have good food now and then through the Upward Bound program, but for the majority of the Summer University, we will be under the summer food program that's provided through the Educational Summer Food Services Program. All right. So what do we do? What's next for today? Today, like I mentioned, we should be getting food here. I wonder if we can get more lights here. Oh, here we go. Nope, I think that's it. Let me try this one. Yay. Okay. So for today, again, please make sure to update that intent form to fill out your paperwork. By filling out this paperwork, this gives us all the information we need to have legally, and also all the information we need to have to know that you are going to participate in this program. So this is the registration paperwork here, and this right here tells us, are you going to come to the entire program? Are you coming to just the residential week? Are you coming, what component of the summer program are you going to come to, and how will you be attending? Okay, so that's what this link is up here. We will also send this information. We will try to, it'll probably be a lag to get it out to you by your individual text phone numbers or your individual phone numbers. The first approach, it usually goes to the students, but I know some of the students probably don't talk to you parents. So we will also make a big push to get that out to you parents. And a common thing I think with students too is a lot of us parents get this a lot. So do you know when this? I don't know. Do you know when this? I don't know. Do you know anything? I don't know. So that's usually the response we get as parents. Hopefully, like I said, we can get that information to your individual cell phones. If you feel like we don't have your phone number and would like to give us your phone number today, I myself or Roberto over there can collect your parent phone numbers, and we can also just put them in the system right now here and today. But in the meantime, go ahead and fill these out. If it's not working on your phone for some reason, I'm gonna go try and get some computers so that we can get those filled out right now. Question?
What about if we already did the paperwork when we did our interview? We'd have to do the paperwork again, or?
So unfortunately, this is a separate set of paperwork. You'll see there's a lot of the same kind of forms that you did when you got into the program. But this is filed separately from the academic program. Yeah, this is the summer program. So unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of duplication. Yeah. Are there any other questions before